There we go.
So I see how it goes. Skrill fucks up the show and doesn't even come on to apologize. That's fucked up.
Jesus. He could have been here. He could have been here. Come on.
Oh, you were with us when we were winning.
Soon we get suspended.
Soon as we lose it, I don't see nobody. That's crazy.
Soon as ain't no paycheck to be picked up, you can't find Skrill nowhere.
No Skrill when there's no Skrilla.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Well, what did you because I've been like in and out of wrestling. Like I said, I watched the Rumble. What's well, you started. What is, because you've been watching more than me, I bet.
Yeah, I've been watching it a little bit more, I guess to say. Wrestling now has I don't want to be the one to be like, it's definitely turned into a new era. I don't feel that, but it definitely has turned into something where it's okay to be out and be like, yeah, I like wrestling. There was a time, like, even anime people, they were shy to say that they liked anime and read mangas because people would make fun of them or say they were losers or you're an outcast. Nowadays, wrestling is back to its peak of wherever it's at. You go on, you can hear on hip hop podcasts, conservative podcasts, leftist podcasts, somewhere down the line, somewhere you'll get a reference of a wrestling line.
Well, one thing that, like, wrestling has always been one of those, like, good forms of entertainment that really does reach everybody. Like, you can go to a wrestling event and you're sitting around a bunch of liberals,
right?
But it's like, but then there's also conservatives there. You honestly, it's one of those places you go and you don't know like what the ratio is, and I guess it depends on the state. But my point is that it's always drawn in a lot of people. I would say that I don't think I see it on the level that you do. However, I do see more wrestling shirts. I almost see wrestling shirts on a daily basis now. I see wrestling merch. Yeet shirts, OTC shirts. I see a lot. Me and my friend at my job will talk about wrestling, and we've been doing this for years, right? And recently I noticed that whenever we're talking, like, people will stop and they'll hear like, oh, you guys are talking about this? Oh, I saw the Rumble. Like, people jump in now to the conversation. So there is a change that that I do agree with what you're saying. It is kind of cool again, I guess, to be a wrestling fan.
The reason why I say it too is because even in sports, wrestling was always like the step cousin to sports. Other sports are now more welcoming to WWE superstars or just the culture of wrestling. So, like, for instance, I even hear it now in NBA commentating. The NBA players taunting, they're doing the wrestling move. They'll hit the yeet.
I saw
players do it.
I saw it went viral, but ESPN, I think, story where he started it with say his name and he'll appear. And they showed Joe Hendry, and then he goes, not you.
Yeah.
And then it switched to the person he was talking about. But yeah, it's getting back into pop culture a lot more too. Here's another thing real quick. With the Rumble, it showed that they had pretty much the biggest streamers on the internet streaming live at the Rumble. And I think Triple H specifically called all those streamers and invited them to do that. And I think that was a really smart move, because you look at what happened with iShowSpeed. And I told you, the big thing, they've been having a really, I don't want to say really hard time, but to me, they've been fumbling a little bit with Braun Breaker. Like, he should be a fucking monster babyface by now. And he's still not really, he's just getting there.
Yeah.
And the thing is I noticed when he did the iShowSpeed spot where he fucking just destroyed Speed with that spear.
You'll never hear me say something like this again, but that spear was so vicious it felt a hint of racism in it. There was some racist intent with that goddamn spear. You cannot tell me differently.
I felt like Scott Steiner got with him before the show. I was like, listen now, you take that little nigger's head off.
Bro,
You take that little nigger's head off.
I felt a microscopic hit of woke when that nigga hit him. I was like, whoa, brother, you shouldn't get hit like that.
Whoa, why you gotta be like that with the brother now? Come on.
What kind of money did you grab for that kind of spear there, boy?
Taking out a young brother like that in the middle of in the peak of his career.
Gave him a goddamn burn, a rug burn, size of Texas.
You know what the fuck he was doing? Look at this speed.
Yeah, I show speed.
Nigger.
Oh.
Jigaboo. Yeah, boy. You don't hear it?
This one for the Ku Klux Klan. For the brotherhood.
God damn. And not to mention someone like Pat McAfee that goes from ESPN to WWE is kind of crazy too. Like he does it on a weekly basis.
Well, real quick, this is where I think they fucked up now, and this is a good example of what I meant the whole time with Braun Breaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is now there's a lot of people who have been seeing that clip where they're putting Braun Breaker's name on like Grindhouse or something like that.
What's Grindhouse?
Grindface. It's like the new World Star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they're putting like Braun Breaker's name on like platforms like that, right? The problem is now people are going like, who the fuck is Braun Breaker? This guy, like, he's a monster. Like, but here's the thing. They're going to go and look for clips now of Braun Breaker, and there's really nothing of him, like, destroying shit like that. You get what I mean?
They'll see the other clip when it took him, like, 2 seconds to get in the ring and spear. I forgot who it was, but you remember when he jumped up?
Oh, yeah. They have maybe that.
Yeah.
But they should have had, like, at least like 10 fucking amazing clips that people can now go and find and be like, holy shit, this Braun Breaker guy is crazy. That would have put him like over to, because now millions of people are seeing him that don't even watch wrestling.
That's hard to say too, because if he did have 10 clips that they could see, they would want to go see full work. And I still don't think his full work matches are that great.
It doesn't matter though, with a guy like that. All they need is him to do those like fucking vicious ass spots. And that's why I said when he was having his original feud with Sami Zayn, I said he should have been destroying Sami Zayn. It should have been damn near squash matches with Sami Zayn. So that it automatically put Braun Breaker on main event level, but also on the level that he's like, oh shit, he destroyed Sami Zayn with no problem. But let me see how he does with a bigger guy or somebody who's more, you know what I mean? It makes you want to see him fight somebody like Roman Reigns now, right?
Roman Reigns is winning. I'm back an OTC fan.
Oh, I love Roman Reigns.
Because he returned. Yeah. Great guy. Wish he had a goal. Wish he had a goal. He deserves it.
I don't think he needs it. Look, I think honestly,
titles don't mean shit no more, bro. We got to get into that too.
Well, first let's talk about this. We could kind of weave that into this conversation. Yeah. Because I thought what was going to happen in the Royal Rumble was that it was very generic, but I think they should do this. Is that John Cena was going to win it, and then go on to break Ric Flair's record, right? Mm-hmm. But you know what's going to happen. He's going to break the record. But when they swerved me because I was like, oh shit, John Cena's gonna win, and then Jey Uso won, it made me go like, oh fuck. And then I was like, you know what? Jey Uso's the most over guy right now. It's a not a generic choice. He's never won the Rumble before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he never won.
It's something new. It makes sense. Like I wasn't mad at it. But what's your thoughts on the Rumble?
On the Rumble itself, I was actually surprised too that Jay won. Even though when I seen it was just Jay and John left, that heartfelt speech John gave, the fact that he still needs to break Ric Flair's record, I really thought he was winning too. But to be honest, I thought it was kind of lame how Jay won. It just looked very
yes. It was
Stooges.
The problem was they still, and this is where I hate Triple H's booking, is if they're gonna make Jay win, then pull the fucking trigger and have him actually toss Cena over the top rope. Not like accidentally bump him and Cena falls off, and then Jay's even like, oh my God, I won. Like it's a fluke. And that's all just to protect John Cena, who doesn't need to be protected. He's a fucking legend. That's where I hate Triple H's booking.
But what if Triple H's booking is let the wrestler do what the wrestler want to do, and John is like, "You're not beating me like that. You got to beat me in a better way."
I believe John Cena's proven that he's a little like the stories of him being selfish is all bullshit. A lot of wrestlers have come out and said, "I owe my whole career to John Cena."
I never
like
heard
Enzo Amore. Enzo Amore. The Funkasaurus.
Who? Tell me someone that's relevant.
Seth Ambrose Rollins. Reigns. Penta.
Moore just made the Shield one person.
Oh shit. Well, my point is that I think a lot of people have said that Cena is a little more giving than people give him credit for. Like he's taking pins and taking ass whippings from people that like he didn't really need to.
Who?
Now I'm trying to think.
Because I think anybody that he really lost to is someone that came up in the company today, and I still think that was a Vince move.
No, I'm saying that Cena sometimes goes over Vince's head back in the day. He used to do that. Mm-hmm. Enzo Amore talked about it. Where come on, you gotta give Enzo a little more credit.
Andrade?
Enzo Amore. Remember the rapper?
I really don't know who that guy is.
Phoenix. He explained how that
I gotta look this guy up for real. I'm dead ass serious.
You really don't know Enzo Amore?
No.
Shut the fuck up. The bona fide stud and certified G.
No, bro.
Holy fuck. Wunder's having an old man moment. Hey, Uncle June.
Oh, this guy.
Yes. Bada bing, bada boom.
Now, let's be honest here. If he tells a story, are you believing it? If you didn't know him, he was just telling a story looking like this.
Honestly, I believe Enzo is more truthful than most wrestlers when it comes to interviews. My point is this. He said that he was basically like kind of floundering in NXT. He was getting ready to get fired because Bill DeMott, I think, didn't like him, right? Mm-hmm. And he said that Cena came because they were doing like a little thing where they were promoting Cena to show up on NXT. And Enzo did a promo in the ring, and Cena loved it so much that he was like, listen, I'm going to go out to the ring for my thing, but I want you to come out with me. And he was like a nobody, but he just loved his promo so much, and he really did this. And after he basically made Enzo Amore's career. Like after that, they put Enzo on all the NXT cards, and he became, a
guy that Wunda does not know.
But when you saw him, you went, "Oh, him!"
Yeah, because I used to beat his ass into the WWE game.
Yes, he was in a game, but that was I'm an idiot. I forgot.
Oh, that guy.
He was a household name.
I don't know about household. Doghouse, maybe.
I forgot where we're going with that though. But Cena. Cena
bowed out like a bitch when he didn't need to.
I think that was Triple H's choice. I don't think that was Cena's choice. I think Cena would have given Jey Uso a little bit more.
Yeah, did Jey Uso fluke it out, or did he like really push him out? Like
it was almost like he fucking accidentally bumped Cena, and Cena fell out of the ring.
Yeah, because Cena was on the apron. I think he ran off the ropes to the other side and just bumped him off. Because
Cena literally landed on his feet. It wasn't even a bump.
Yeah.
That's how like inconsequential the hit was. Like
it could have been a better finish.
Yeah. It should have been.
Should have had both of them fly over and have the crowd decide to get him. See, like relive that Batista moment.
I think it should have been Cena on the ropes, just like he was on the apron, and Jey Uso gives him a super kick. Boom, out of the ring. That would have been way more effective.
I remember how it happened. Now John was putting him in an attitude adjustment from outside the ring. Jay just fell back in the ring and pushed him off.
Yes,
literally just pushed him.
Yeah, more or less that was the sequence.
It was a very high school finisher. Like, I'm not a real wrestler. I'm just two humans that don't know how to lift each other up, trying to get someone out the ring.
It was Monday Night Raw Battle Royal finish. Yeah, it wasn't, or it was like a Big Show finish.
Yeah,
like Big Show gets bumped off and he wasn't supposed to, kind of thing.
Right.
Like it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't. To me, the finish didn't work, but Jey Uso winning, I don't have a problem with that.
And shout outs to the botch with Penta. Both of his feet were out. I don't care what no one say. They're out. They didn't show a replay for a reason.
I think I might have missed that one. What happened?
Like, he got tossed out the ring. Both of his feet landed, but he came back in because he wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be one of those flip out, feet almost touch, and you flip back in. But his feet touched.
Almost.
Yeah.
Oh, the Shawn Michaels spot.
Yeah. The Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston, yeah. You know, I gotta say, Penta is a botching fucking fool. I don't find him to be that good. As good as they've been like building him up to be.
He's really slow paced, and it's like I kind of like it.
Okay.
Because it's like he's almost a Rey Mysterio if Rey Mysterio was tall and bulky.
I don't see that.
Not saying because, once you're not a cruiserweight, you're not going to high fly the same. So I'm not expecting.
Yeah, but once you're tall and bulky, you're no longer Rey Mysterio.
That's what I said. You're Rey Mysterio, but tall and bulky.
Yeah, but you can't be tall and bulky.
But he tries to attempt this stuff.
That's why. He tries to do a fucking what is that thing where he springboards off the bottom rope and does a leg drop?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, your legs are too fucking long. Do it off the second rope.
That's why sometimes he does it with his knees and sometimes he does it with his feet.
It's called making a last second decision and not trying to look like he's botching.
You have to understand, he came from AEW.
He goes off of he goes for the springboard. He goes, all right, leg knee drop.
Which one today? Knees.
Leg knee. No, leg drop.
Oh shit! What? Left foot leg knee, right foot leg.
I'm gonna call this a P drop because my legs are like a P.
R, lowercase r.
Yeah, like a backwards Q drop.
Oh, what else does he do? That's pretty. His finisher is all right.
I don't even know what it is, to be honest. I guess
it's like I don't even know how to describe it. You have to look it up. But I'll get back to my first point I was saying. I love the fact that WWE tries to hide the fact that they just picked this man up from AEW. They make it seem like he's only worked in the Mexican rings. This is the first time ever seen fucking camera lights.
They treat it like a bounty commercial where it's like, this is bounty and this is the other product.
Yeah. They're like, profound Mexican wrestler Penta. Nigga, you're talking about the Lucha Bro from AEW, his garbage ass brother too.
And they didn't even want his brother, supposedly. No. They're just like, fuck that.
Yeah, let him stay there.
We'll call you up if we fail with with Penta, which they will.
When Penta falls trying to get into the ring by doing that little moonsault over, they'll get his brother on. That's what they did with Sakara.
With Sin Cara. They're gonna have his fucking they're gonna start showing the trampoline.
Yeah.
That's how you know it. They tried to make us think he was actually jumping into the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, Penta's just not impressing me. Like, here's the problem too. When he made his debut, right? Because they built him up. They did the cool vignettes. They did the whole thing with Chad Gable kind of like hinting him, and then they, had him come out.
Yeah.
As he's making his entrance, because I've never seen him really before. This is like my introduction to him. And I watched this live. And Michael Cole's like, this is the greatest luchador that's ever lived. This is the second coming of Rey Mysterio. And I'm like, bro, calm the fuck down. Like, give him some room to breathe. Let me inhale him a little bit first.
Yeah.
And then I watch him wrestle, and it's like, okay, it's like kind of like Andrade with the mask and face paint, I guess. Like he's wrestling the same.
Is it Andrade with the mask? Face mask and face paint?
I guess it's different. I don't know. His entrance is cool, maybe.
Yeah. He's listen. He'll have a belt soon.
I'm sorry. What do you like about him? Because you did say that you kind of like it.
I kind of like it. It's just because I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe it's the people he's been wrestling that just makes it look. He's bigger set, but he still matches the little guys in the ring. He went against Chad Gable, little guy. Last one was Pete Dunne, little guy. So it's he kind of still stays in flow with them. It doesn't knock off anything. So I kind of respect that in a sense, watching it.
I'll say, to give some positives, so I'm not just completely negative, I do like his look. I think he has a really cool look. I think it's a different look. I like his entrance. I like his entrance. I think he's good in terms of he can move around, and he's like agile and he's athletic. However, it's that same flippy-do luchador shit that I kind of don't like. I'm not interested in it. I don't understand it. And I don't it's the non-selling thing. It's the like moving so fast that he's botching.
I advise you to watch it drunk, because I'm assuming that's how Mexicans do it.
You're probably right.
Everything slows down, and you'll understand, Holmes.
I was saying it earlier. I was at a party while I was watching Royal Rumble, and I was drunk, and it was way more fun to watch it. Wrestling is way more fun to watch. As a matter of fact, next time we go to a live event, I'm gonna drink.
Yeah, we just buy a shitload of beer.
Yeah, just take an Uber or something.
Bet.
Yeah, because I want to actually experience live wrestling drunk.
Hey, you fucking sober. Imagine what we say drunk, what we didn't say sober. We're pretty egregious sober.
Well, because when you're sober, there's a lot of things I wanted to yell, but I look over and see like a little kid with his dad, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to get into that.
Yo, kid, you want to see him? Fuck him up, yeah. Say fuck him up. Hey, man, don't let my kids say that. Shut up.
Yeah, I just the Penta thing just falls into my philosophy of wrestling, my difference in philosophy of wrestling from, I guess, the average wrestling fan now, where they just think flippy doos and wrestling like prowess is the most important thing, as opposed to like a personality and promos and being able to sell in a promo. Like, I just can't get into it. I don't know what it is.
The only thing, when he picked up the mic and started talking, I don't know if you know or not, but he went over the time. So they were pretty upset. He was kind of rambling on his first promo. This is not the new era. This is the new Penta new era.
Penta era.
Shit was pretty terrible.
Yeah, he's not good at a promo. I'm glad that he can at least speak English.
Yeah.
That's one thing I give him. Yeah, other than that, I don't see it. They need to stop like ball washing him in the commentary. Like it's almost like when a comedian is getting called up on stage and and the announcer is going, "This is the funniest guy that ever lived. This guy's gonna make you laugh all the way through his set." It's like the comics gonna be like, "Bro, like you're putting me like too high. Like
stop putting me in a narrative.
now
I have high expectations now.
Yeah, now in my first debut match, I have to live up to the expectations of Rey Mysterio.
Well, luckily for them, they don't ever hear the commentator.
No, but we do. That's the problem. Because now when I'm watching, I'm like, oh, the new Rey Mysterio. Holy fuck. This guy must be legendary. And then I watch it and I'm like, he can't even deliver a fucking leg drop without botching.
He was talking about the other Rey Mysterio, the dead one.
Senior.
Clearly, senior.
and at the present time of the match, senior. Like not like in his prime.
But be honest, Rey Mysterio Sr. moved more like Penta than Rey Mysterio Jr.
Here's my other thing too. And because a lot of the wrestling fans that are really into the what is it, the wrestling, the technique wrestling kind of shit, and they don't care about
the Malenko effect.
The Malenko fans, you know what I'm talking about. I'm preaching to the choir here. Here's the thing though, when you strip a wrestler down and you give me nothing but his wrestling, and then he botches a leg drop, I can't, like, what do you want from me at that point? Like, the one thing that you tell me that he's amazing at, he's not really that good at. So, or that's why I'm saying wrestlers that actually like a MJF or a LA Knight, I'm almost, because there's so much more things to critique other than just his wrestling. I can give him levity on his wrestling. You get what I mean? If all you give me is that he's a great wrestler, he can't cut a promo, he can't do anything else, then all I have to do is critique his wrestling. And his wrestling doesn't impress me. So, sorry, go ahead.
But the technique is smooth, man.
It's there, though. It's there.
He has the it factor.
No, you know what it is? WWE, they have too many lights. And it just...
too many LEDs.
Glistened off his face paint, and he just has to figure out how to wrestle under those lights.
It's a new ring, it's a new canvas because it has to put Netflix on the brand of it, so he has to get used to that. Doesn't have enough bounce.
Actually, Wonder, WWE's ring is 3.4 inches longer.
Well, Crishaun,
so
just let you know, the polyester thread count is actually 55% higher than the regular canvases that they use on SmackDown.
So it doesn't give you quite the bounce when you're running on the canvas.
And that's why they made it black, because you would see it more if it was on the white canvas.
Actually, I blame the ring crew for not tightening the ropes enough. And he didn't get quite that bounce of the springboard.
And to be honest, his technique of the leg drop reminds me of a young hardcore Holly.
In his prime. Amazing. Top 10. Should have been a champion.
5-star, if you ask me, any time of the year.
And no one tops the greatest wrestler of all time, Owen Hart.
Dean Malenko.
And Chris Benoit.
So radical, all of them.
The fact that Vince didn't build the company around them amazes me. What?
Eddie Guerrero, never the face of the company, racist.
Yes, those guys, those wrestling fans. Fucking piss on a campfire.
Always. Okay, what else happened? I don't give a damn about the female Royal Rumble.
No.
What else happened?
Charlotte came back. You know I love me some Charlotte.
Which Bella came back? One of the whores came back too.
The big titted one. Nikki.
Whose whore is that again? Used to be John's whore.
Another thing then when she came out, it's like the revolution. She revolutionized no, she didn't.
They did. That's when now these whores have to wrestle, and it's shitty.
I think Nikki Bella was when they couldn't wrestle.
I think that was just the diva era of no wrestling, but had a god awful butterfly belt.
I don't know if we should.
That's when they became divas.
Are we getting into women's wrestling at all? Is there
That this is all we're talking about.
Charlotte Flair came back, won the Rumble.
Because I swear I saw a Nia Jax match the other night. I think it was Nia versus Bayley. And this shit was terrible.
I've been noticing something with Bayley as of late. Like every time she cuts a promo, I swear I say to myself, is she fucking retarded?
Yeah, she got that retard thickness about her. That's why you like it.
Is that what it is?
Yes, because I call her dumpy, but I realize it's retard thickness.
She's got that downy thing about her.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you're
that
right.
Chromosome put a little bit of fluff on it.
Because she was cutting a promo and she's like, it was on Michael Cole for some reason. And they're like, Michael Cole's been talking shit about you. And she goes, yeah, Michael Cole, you big idiot. And then she just kind of looks at him and she's like,
that's her way of being tough.
What is this? What am I watching? And then she cut a promo on Nia Jax, and it was like female Forrest Gump. Like we had a wrestling match, and you lost the wrestling match. But Lieutenant Dan told me
everything's gonna be all right.
Just keep running the ropes, Forrest. It's like I think she's stupid. I think she's retarded, or she just doesn't know what she is anymore. I think that might be what it is. Or is that her character now?
I think that's her character now. No, I think that's always been her. Every character she has still had that characteristic.
That air of retardation?
Yes.
Maybe you're right.
Leader
Even
of
when
damage control with the fucking air flu, she always had that retard about her.
Yeah, because she came off as like a lesbian leftist feminist when she was doing that role. And that's retarded. Yeah. It's like a sophisticated retard.
Not even.
Yeah, like trying to be.
Yeah.
And now she's just back to like
sophisticated.
She used to go full retard. Now she went like sophisticated retard, and now she's kind of middle retard.
Now she's the angry retard, the tough one.
Tough retard.
Tiny, like her name is Tiny in her head. It doesn't make sense. I don't care. Just like how much I don't care about New Day trying to still be relevant, having a feud with Rey Mysterio out of all people. It's just filler TV.
I do like that New Day's going heel, or they've gone heel finally.
Yeah.
And I think we actually called that way before it happened. We were seeing.
I'll even give promo of the week for one of those weeks to when New Day got on Big E when he came out.
Oh yeah, I forgot what they were saying exactly, but
they just said he was a failure. You're like, why would we need you still? What else was it?
There's a funny line though that was like very almost like high school, where they were like, "You went and you would rather be with your girlfriend,
yeah,
than hang with us."
Your manly looking girlfriend, I think they said too, or something like that. They really got on her ass. Yeah,
they laid in. You were gonna bring up something else.
Titles mean nothing anymore.
Oh yeah, what did you mean by that?
Saturday main event is when they're gonna have a fucking title match now, not at a real pay-per-view. Is that what we do now? Since when?
Let me cut some bail. They've had title matches on Raw and SmackDown. Like that's.
Yeah,
happened more than one time.
yeah, but the last few real main event pay-per-views, the ones that are in the WWE Bible book chapters, we don't have title matches no more. The fucking debut of Netflix and Cody Rhodes is just sitting in the crowd with it, spectating like he's Vince McMahon or some shit. Like, get your ass to the ring and defend it the first night. It
I
should have been like a goddamn battle royale for the goddamn title or something.
I don't want to change the subject. But there's something that I noticed during the Raw, first Netflix on Raw, is because I was like watching it and I'm like, okay, I actually was really excited about it, right? And I was like, okay, I feel like they're actually gonna do something different. They're gonna really kick off this new era and do something new and exciting and all that, right? And then I'm watching it and I'm like, this is just like a hyped up episode of Raw. Like, there's nothing new here. It's the same shit. It's just now it's on Netflix. And I realized, well, real quick. I realized though, when WWE sells something that's like other than the wrestling, then it's bullshit. It's just a selling point. So like when they sell us the greatest WrestleMania ever, I'm gonna start looking at that and being more critical of it. Where I go, okay, that's bullshit. Because when they go, it's gonna be the first Netflix on Raw, and they kept just harping on that. First Netflix on Raw, right? That's all it was. That's all they were selling, and they were being honest in their advertisement. We just built it up to be something else in our head.
Yeah.
But all it was first Netflix on Raw.
It's just it changed from being on this channel to Netflix.
They sold us what it was, and I built it up in my head that they're gonna do this. This person's gonna come back. They're gonna kick off new feuds. They're gonna be more. They're gonna be cursing more. We were talking about it before it happened. They're gonna be
like,
using
no.
Same
Raw, different place.
Same Raw, just different stream.
But I'm not gonna lie. The first 10 to 12 minutes of the debut of Netflix pissed me the fuck off.
What was it?
Because the first thing I did not want to see when that shit started was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson coming out and totally forgetting he's the fucking final boss. Totally forget when he left.
I forgot about this.
Totally forgot that he beat the shit out of Cody and said, "I'm coming back to whoop your ass." Totally forgot everything.
He came in and erased everything.
He erased the whole WrestleMania.
He came in and baby-faced everybody.
Yes.
Now, was that on purpose? Was that to get the reaction out of us right now where we're like, and he's going to do something later? Because that's where I'm like, I'm starting to like not have faith in that shit anymore. And I think The Rock is just a babyface again.
No, those are just one of those things where he did it. And the critique of how the WrestleMania ended causes him to say, let's just wipe it from existence. Motherfucker, you don't have the ability of goddamn Men in Black. We remember what happened. You should have continued it. For you to go tell Cody Rhodes, and I quote, "I love you, brother,"
and then hug him, and then
hug him, and then say, "Tell Mama Rose I said hi."
I didn't get it. And then he baby-faced Roman. He comes out and takes the Ula Fala from Paul, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Here's the setup. And then he just puts it on him and then hugs him. There we go. End of segment. All right, thanks. That was fucking entertaining. What are we watching? That's and people are saying that this is entertainment. I don't understand what the fuck they like.
That was the only part that pissed me off that night. I was so thrown off after that.
No mention of the thing that he gave Cody before he left. No mention of him leaving as a heel, not baby facing it before he left.
And have you noticed, I don't know if we ever discussed this before, but there's something terribly wrong with Cody too. He's fucking retarded too.
I've been saying that.
He really talks like this, like oh, so you want to face me, huh? So
we are gonna have a
niggas,
match.
the fuck? Why do you sound like the Penguin or the
Yes, bro. I think that every time he sounds like a Gotham villain. So Batman, we're gonna.
I'm just waiting for him to say "C" at the end of something. So you want to wrestle me at WrestleMania? See,
Hey, you have to do it with the fee.
see. So you think you can wrestle me? See, yeah, he's just like I don't know if
Bro,
that's just his like mic voice or if that's really I just don't like him at all.
I hate Cody Rhodes with a passion. I've hated his entire run. It's partially the reason why I kind of stopped watching wrestling. Like I hate that culture that they've built where Cody Rhodes is the top dog. Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe you.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I don't believe you.
And then I seen something. I don't know if I watched it or not, but it became like comedic again, where fucking CM Punk runs out in the bath towel to help Damian Priest.
I saw that. I saw it. Was that at a house show or something?
I think it was a house show though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. CM Punk's run is cringing me out. I just can't.
Hey man, it's just. Hold on, I can't even get this up. Hey man, it's just an example of a real wrestler that is enjoying the ride.
Enjoy.
I saw someone put that in the comment. I don't know what the fuck that meant, but I just had to use it.
Look, I haven't hated CM Punk's run. I'm not into him. Before he left, he was my favorite wrestler. Like he got me back into wrestling. And I was waiting for 7 years for him to come back to WWE. And I think honestly it was the AEW run that really soured it for me. If he would have came straight back to WWE, that would have been different.
Hold on, I don't need to brag, but I gotta show you something actually.
Okay, go ahead.
Since we're talking about him.
And while he's getting that. Oh, what do you got? Oh, you got it right there.
I actually got the WWE debut of CM Punk.
Oh, look at that. The Survivor Series.
Yeah. He kind of looks like LA Knight, but it's CM Punk. This and more. Oh, Wonderland coming soon.
Nice. Yeah, I don't it's still the same gripes I would have for Cody Rhodes that I've been having. Also CM Punk, I just don't get it. Not feeling him. I don't get his motivation. The one thing that I'm into is what's this favor thing with Paul Heyman. But it's they set up all this shit, bro, and then they don't pay it off. They forget.
No, they don't forget. They're just waiting until when one shit hits the fan, they could go, "Hey, you remember that one thing we did? Let's go back to that." Because I swear to God, the other day, I don't know which one I was watching, and I was like, "Who came out?" It was Alexa Bliss, and they're like, "Oh my God, she's back!" And I was like, "Oh my God, she left."
Yeah, yeah.
She was gone.
A lot of returns. A lot of returns.
I was like, she was gone.
I had to ask my friend. I was like, was that a return? Yeah.
I was so confused.
You're right. They're treating a lot of bullshit like it's Walt Ryson in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, every time.
We're gonna come back.
Triple H doesn't have a break glass like Vince did. Anytime shit went to shit, Vince could break that glass and you would hear Brock Lesnar come out.
Yeah.
Triple H don't have that. So
Triple H don't have the connects.
No. So what happens in Triple H though is when shit hit the fan, you get Mark Calloway to turn off the lights, come out, choke slam somebody, and leave. He's there for that reason.
You're
Not
right.
Undertaker, Mark Calloway.
As soon as Vince left, Mark was like, "I'm retiring, Undertaker." You're only getting American Badass is the only one available. He made He made it a non-unlockable character.
Pretty much. Pretty much. It's always grayed out.
I bet you behind the scenes, Undertaker, because that's the only card he really has. That's what he's actually doing. He's like, I'm only bringing back Undertaker if Vince comes back. He's like still fighting for Vince.
He's the only one fighting for Vince.
Yes. He's probably like, I may bring back Purple Glove Undertaker, but
oh, don't tempt me, bitch.
that's the big, that's how he like really he's negotiating now.
Yep.
You want Ministry Undertaker? You got to bring Vince back. Come on.
Yeah, you got Vince has to be back. But who else is who's the other one? There was someone else other than
well, you know what?
Another break glass for him right now. Another thing I heard when they go, oh, the white six. I said, oh shit, I forgot there was supposed to be a thing.
What,
break glass?
Bro? I was gonna ask you about it. What the fuck happened to them? Where did they go? I don't even see glitches on the fucking program.
They went to be with Bray.
They went home, baby.
They with Bray now. That idea is dead. But that will come back. That's one of the things where it'll click back when they need a glass break.
Glass break,
yeah.
But you know what? I was gonna say that's Triple H's glass breaks. Is he goes after the new generation. Yeah. Penta was a glass break.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, when next week something could fucking happen. Who's gonna be the glass? What's gonna be a glass break? You know what I'm saying? With Vince had so many. Vince had Brock Lesnar and knew when to drop Brock Lesnar when there was like shit hitting the fan, to where it could drag out for months because Brock Lesnar is back, because he's going to be the main topic into a main event for a pay-per-view that's probably 2 months away.
Well, because you knew, and you would stick with Vince though, because you knew he would pay it off at some point.
Yeah, Triple H's will last a week or two, and then it's another blimp that we have to wait for another few months to understand what this storyline's about, because they're starting something else.
Or we have to pretend that we didn't see it. We have to gaslight ourselves.
And then say it's good afterwards.
Yes. And I really, again, we've been saying it for a while. It's all because it's just not Vince anymore. It could have been fucking Vince Russo that took over the company. They would have fucking sucked his cock.
I would honestly think I'd like John Cena to run the company over Triple H. Triple H, we said it once before, and we say it again. Triple H was too focused on being that guy when he was a wrestler to understand the ins and outs.
I don't want to say it this way, just because I don't want to sound like one of those douchebags, but I think it really is. Triple H has the thing that Vince didn't. Vince actually did get this at some point, and it kind of ruined him, is he started caring about what corporate thought about him. When Vince was a rebel and he was like, fuck that, fuck what the church says about us, fuck what mainstream media says, he was at his best. But when he got that board of directors and he had to like answer to the, became a public company, he had to answer to all that, he started caring about what corporate thought about him. Triple H was birthed and bred in that kind of thing. Well, not birthed. He was birthed in the Attitude Era, but his corporate side was bred. His boss side was bred in the corporation, in the PG era, in the publicly traded era. He doesn't understand how it is to like be a founder of a company and just go, fuck that. I'm going to say whatever I want. I'm going to do whatever I want.
That's true.
He doesn't have that in him.
The other thing is, like I was saying before, Triple H is someone, if you would ask him who's his top 3 wrestlers of all time, he's going to say Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Triple H, and The Game. I don't even think he followed greats to have techniques that he brought out to him. Everything he did was just a generic move. It was never a homage to anybody else. He never said, I trained with this person. And it was just him trying to be that guy the whole time.
Here's another thing.
Everybody said he was a snake. Everybody said he did like just shady shit. and he was always about himself. He was the real deal apex predator.
Now, I do have a question, just to be fair to Triple H, but I'm gonna ask it in a second. Yeah, I'm gonna ask it in a second. The thing too is that Triple H is too mindful and worries too much about what the IWC thinks about him.
Yeah.
Like, he cares about what the Dave Meltzers kind of think, and like
he always wanted to do indie.
Yeah, he wanted to be an indie darling.
Yeah,
and he never was that because he married the boss's daughter.
Right.
So now I think this is his way of going. Now I could be that. Now I could actually be the wrestling nerd and be the one that Dave Meltzer sucks his dick.
Stop trying to compare yourself to Izzy Tekawawa back in Japan. You're not that guy.
Yeah.
Tekawawa is decades away from you, bro. He's above you, bro. That wrestling is not what y'all are about.
Now, to be fair, because we did open our wrestling conversation with wrestling is back to a place where it's like kind of okay to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
There's like a coolness factor that's coming back to it.
A weird thing is only WWE.
Yes, you're right. But my question is, though, even though we have all these critiques of Triple H, and I honestly I don't feel like I'm wrong about them, why is it still that? Why is it still becoming cool? Is it the talent, or is it like despite of the writing? Is it nostalgia?
Nostalgia. History always going to come back and repeat itself. So this is the time where it's repeating for wrestling. It can stay for a while, or it can end really quickly, and that's in the hands of Triple H.
I personally, and I don't want this, but I don't see this type of wrestling lasting long. I think it has to get back to storyline based, character based wrestling.
I think it's reason why it's going to last longer than we think. It's because I feel like it's going to go even further into almost like UFC. Have that same kind of matchup face to face, and then I'm about to wrestle. It's gonna get to that, if anything.
Well, most people that I talk to, the reason why they watch wrestling is because of the bloodline, Samoan fucking storyline that's going on for at least the past couple years. That's the main reason, right? So is there because that whole storyline is based on storyline, it's based on character, it's none of it has to do with the fucking wrestling, is my point.
But you know why bloodline really works that well?
Yeah, why?
It's because it's actually really skating the line of reality and fake. Yes,
and it's story based. It's like historically story based. Like
these are real relatives, so they could call this shit a bloodline story.
They're literally extending the story of what is it, like fucking 60 years maybe of Samoans in wrestling, maybe longer, but in WWE, I mean, but that family specifically, like it's extending that story in a really compelling way, and I think that's the thing that's attracting people to wrestling. It's not the fucking wrestling. It's not the Hurricanranas and Tope Suicidas.
I love me a good old Tope Suicida.
Who doesn't? But my point is, you're not watching a whole show of Tope Suicidas.
No, I'll just tune into AEW if I wanted to see that.
Every match has a Tope Suicida.
Every last one of them. And they all...
Yeah, they all treat it like it was the first time.
Hype it up. Hype it up.
It's like a retard having sex. They treat it like it's the first time every time. Yeah, I just I don't know that what we were saying, sorry. Yeah, it's the storyline that I think is still bringing people to wrestling. I don't think it's the wrestling itself. I don't think it's ever been that. It's been the personalities, the characters, and then you want to watch those characters fight.
And now it's still to this day keeping it going because if you know, guys, if the brand is blue, it's Fatu. That's what they said. I don't know. Jacob said
I
that.
love you, Solo.
I love you, Solo.
Fatu is killing it. I fucking
Yeah.
love that guy.
That man said, "Hey, Damien, just because you got your hair braided, don't mean you got me twisted."
I gotta say, Fatu is great on the mic.
Yeah, that boy. I just like the fact that he keeps it gangster. He ends every segment with "Yada mean."
He's really a street nigga. That's what I think is funny because they're pushing Damien to be this like street guy, and it's like, he's not really.
He's the bisexual.
Here's the problem with Damian Priest, right? Is he's literally everything. He's Gothic guy. He's Puerto Rican representative. He's New York representative.
He's big old terror monster destroyer.
Terror monster destroyer. He's good friend to women. He's what else is he? We were just saying it. Fuck. What's the other one?
Bisexual Undertaker.
Bisexual Undertaker. Oh, he's a street thug.
Oh,
He's a street.
yeah.
He's a street nigga. On top of it, it's like he's every fucking thing.
I'm just waiting for the segment where Jacob slips up and says "nigga." He's going to do it.
He's gonna do it.
He's going to do it.
They have the fine ready for him.
Roman already did it, so I don't see why he won't do it.
Yeah, and I think
Roman
Jada
said, "You slipped
Parker
and bumped your head, nigga."
Jada Parker, I think, slipped up and said the N-word in NXT as well.
I'm pretty sure she did hurt her ratchet ass.
Yeah, exactly.
What's this?
Yeah, I think Damian Priest, he's just too many fucking things. They need to focus on one thing and make him great at that. If he's gonna be a street guy, they need to get rid of this gothic rock thing because that doesn't match up. They should have gave him the new Judgment Day music, to be honest.
I don't even know what to do with Damian Priest. I'm starting not to care for him again. Like
I hate him actually.
His time is up.
Yeah,
He's not doing anything. I don't know what they're doing with LA Knight too. He's just chilling with a championship belt because they don't mean shit anymore. You just have it to have it. It's a trophy in your house.
Well, again though, that's where I think it goes into the new wrestling fan. Is as long as he has a championship, they're happy. That's all they can. Like when they go, oh, this person deserves a push. What they actually mean is he should be the champion. Because like if somebody's on TV, that means they're being pushed, right?
Yeah.
You're on TV. Like, unless you're getting jobbed out or whatever, there's obviously exceptions. But if you're literally on TV every week and you're in a storyline, you're being pushed. You don't have to be the champion. It doesn't have to be a push towards the championship.
True.
Not everybody could be the champion. So it's like I don't understand the like for instance the Judgment Day.
Right.
I feel like they lose too much. And they're
too much.
And it's destroyed their feud with Damian Priest.
I mean, I don't even, to be honest, to still have a feud with Damian Priest is kind of dragged out. These long-winded promos now are just they're annoying me. I get the bloodline; it's 5 years strong, but not everything has to be the bloodline. Like everything seems like it's trying to keep the same tempo, and it bothers me. I don't think Triple H knows how to differ things. Everything just has to be same format.
I think he buys into his own hype, right? And I'll tell you how I know. Take the Dominic Liv Rhea situation, right? That whole situation and that whole feud meant something, and people only gave a fuck about it because Dominic was involved, because they love to hate Dominic.
Yeah.
Right? Triple H was like, okay, I'm going to use Dominic now to catapult Rhea and Liv's feud. And then he buys into his own hype where he's like, oh, we don't even need Dominic anymore. Like, Dominic is like a non-factor in this whole feud now. And that's the whole point of the fucking feud. Is Dominic. He's the centerpiece of that feud. And they've completely like negated him. He's like not even, at least last time I watched, he hasn't been like really a point. He's just a fixture now. He's a prop.
Yeah. That's all he's what you would call a heel prop. You want to push the heel button, just put Dominique in the ring, they'll just start booing.
Just make him a manager then.
At this point, you don't even need to put him in the ring. If you just want the audience to boo, put him up on the Jumbotron. Just let him pop up on the screen.
That's pretty much what they're doing. Like, it's almost like they want Gunther to get a heel promo. Like, in a heel promo, they want him to get a heel response. And as he talks, every time he talks, they put up a picture of Dominic to trick the crowd into booing.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like, just use him that way then.
Or let Dominique, not even a manager, like almost like a manager. Just let him represent somebody. Just let him say, I want Gunther to win the match. They'll just start booing Gunther just because he said he wants him to win.
I think they should just run with this whole Dominic ladies man thing, where he just manages bitches.
They will never hear from Dominic.
Honestly, Dominic should, right? Dominic should really just be the sort of quasi manager of Judgment Day. It's weird that they built this whole like new Judgment Day. They had a whole repackaging of it and did nothing with it. It's just like they're 5 guys that are together. That's all it is.
To be honest, once they slapped that Puerto Rican in there, I didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Even though Damian Priest was supposed to be a street nigga Puerto Rican, putting Carlito in there, it just became a gimmick to me. And then R-Truth being in it for a second, it's just gimmicky.
If you remember, the Carlito joining Judgment Day was just a fix from a different storyline that doesn't even fucking matter anymore.
Yeah.
And they just left him there. And like, I'm fine with him being there, but give us something. Why are these guys fucking together? What are they achieving together? What are they doing? Like, take American Made. I get why they're together. I get their motive. I get their motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Now they need to do something with it, but I get their motivation at least. It's like an American fucking, traditional gimmick. But I just don't get it. I don't get half of what Triple H is doing, and people suck his dick for it.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to?
One last thing. I don't know if you know this.
Real quick. Let me run way real quick, and I'll come right back.
All right.
Just kind of chop it up, and I'll be right back.
All right. What's going on, guys? What have I been missing? What is some of the stuff that you guys noticed in these recent matches or recent shows that either significantly made a change or you feel like it's just the same? Because for me, you guys already know what my intake is. Half of it is SmackDown shows and Raw shows tend to always have like a different vibe, but the shift of SmackDown now always being the greatest show since the Bloodline will stay that way, even though Raw's on Netflix. Dominic is the manager now. So you believe Dominic is the manager of Judgment Day? He still wrestles. Well, most managers used to wrestle too, but I feel like it's going to be a feud soon between Dominic and Finn because of the fact of Dominic trying to always replace Finn in something. Like for now, that Finn is damn near back broken because of that last injury. And Dominic is like, me and you could go out to get the tag titles. We don't need Finn to get it. Like, I feel like he's going to come back to some mess with that. Yes, because Peter said he thinks Dominic is a manager now, and I'm guessing for Judgment Day, but it seems like he wants to be the leader of Judgment Day.
I think he should be, though. I think it makes more sense that Dominic, because Dominic's motivation for keeping Judgment Day together is that he's a bitch, and he needs a bunch of dudes around him to sort of protect him. So it would be cool if it's like, and then the guys around him should be like, well, I'm around him because he's Rey Mysterio's son. Like, there's something in it for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I'm protecting him. And then that would, to me, that's more of a story. That's more of the like obvious story of like why Judgment Day exists, is to protect Dominic, is to keep Dominic safe, because there's something in it for them to keep Dominic safe. And then you have in the middle of that story, you have that Dominic is some like weird ladies man that gets fucking bad bitches for some reason.
Or thinks he gets the bad bitches but always get played.
Even that's funny too.
Yeah, because I know somewhere down the line she's gonna play him. She's gonna get some kind of revenge because she seems like it. She kind of short with him.
Right.
So something's gonna happen one of these days to Dominic. Who knows?
But you see, this is the problem is, again, and I've said this a million times, we have fucking nerds and lame motherfuckers writing this shit.
Salvate.
Yes, that have like they're writing like a pimp storyline. And they're a bunch of nerds who have never fucking even like touched a pussy before.
Only the day they came out one.
Right. Exactly. It's literally like, you don't know what you're talking about. How could you write this?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why it's always, you said this before, and that's why it is really corny when it's a male-female connection in a segment. Anytime they compare both male and female and it has romance in it, it's always fucking lame and beta looking.
It's PG fucking high school drama kind of.
I miss when you used to fuck a bitch in the middle of the fucking ring.
Exactly.
And fuck if your boyfriend is goddamn suspended. I'm smashing you in the middle of the ring.
Here's the funny thing, because then you had the Attitude Era where it was like, then you had Godfather selling whores.
Literally,
it's like
goes.
You had most of the women that were like flashing their titties to get ahead, right?
Yeah.
Some of them were like in storylines where they're fucking Vince McMahon.
Trish
Stratus, you know, I didn't want to say any names.
And I think Trish Stratus also had a fuck Sheldon Benjamin.
But then you also had like the China storyline where they did make like sort of, you know, and I hate to use the word, but like an empowerment kind of story with a woman.
And we still thought Triple H was fucking.
That's all we thought about, right? But my point is that the storyline still worked at that time. Like, you could still have the fucking like whores, but then when you have a woman actually stand out and do something different, like, it's like, that's what makes it mean something. Does that make sense? Here's the thing too, is I made this argument, and you weren't around for this, but I made the argument that the divas and the women in the Attitude Era were actually more talented wrestlers than the women now.
I think I was there for that.
You were there for that?
Yeah. Most definitely was there because we're talking about Jacqueline and everybody in that conversation.
Yeah, and my argument was simply that, they did all the like the horror shit. They did all the like degrading stuff. I'll put that in quotes. They did that shit, but then they also had wrestling matches.
And anytime they wrestled back then, there was no botches.
Or that the botches were kind of part of the aesthetic.
Part of the aesthetic, yeah.
Or broads wrestling.
Like, it was actually broads wrestling. Like, when I say broads wrestling, like, I expected if you're going to throw an elbow to the chest, you're not going to swing as hard because y'all don't want to give each other breast cancer and shit like that. But other than that, y'all bumped a little harder than these bitches. You sold it a lot better than these bitches.
You're not taking flatbacks because you don't want to knock her ovary out of place. I get it.
Right. Yeah.
You want to have kids someday. I understand.
You don't do low blows by kicking frontward. You probably do it from the side of the heels so you don't have to go to the OBG in the morning.
Exactly.
Snap your hymen or some shit.
Snap your hymen.
But yeah, it was a
But
better wrestling for them.
But we accepted that because we weren't being told by the commentators and by the company that they were just as good as the men. Like we were able to go, all right, I'll watch Sable versus Jacqueline. Fuck it. It's, you know,
They did do it with China.
they tried. Yeah.
They tried. But to be honest, China did look like a bitch that could take out a common looking nigga.
That's a good point. We used to think she was a dude.
Yeah. An average dude would get their ass puddled by China.
I wouldn't say average, but I'd say a weak dude.
An average dude that it goes back to what you say about the writers. Those same average dudes that salivate over these romantic stories that never touch pussy will get whooped by China.
There you go. There you go.
And that's why the commentators was glorifying her like that.
And I just figured it out. And this is why it actually works. Because most of the fans now are a bunch of beta fucking bitches who think the same way the writers do.
Yeah.
We're like the outliers in this. Us and our great fans. Our pussy slaying fans.
The Vaj bagage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we watched this, and as men that have like actually interacted with women, we kind of like go like, this isn't like how men and women interact with each other.
Correct.
This isn't, it's not real. But then the men, like, you ever watch those comedy romances, and you notice that the woman, it's like about a nerd who loves a woman who's like way out of his league, but he looks at her like she's a fucking goddess. Oh my god!
Always.
He walks in the room and it goes in slow motion. Oh wow!
And I've never said sorry to my wife in advance. But I've never had a female move in slow motion when she's walking. What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this?
Where did this fan come from? Why is her hair blowing? No, that should never happen.
Like I'm sure we've all had a moment where we got nervous talking around a chick.
Yeah.
At some point. But that whole thing where it's like any girl you talk, like,
and
you
it's
can't
not us actually being nervous. Men have two types of heads. So if the blood started rushing to the other one instead of the one on top, we kind of get both of them out.
And also, it's not even just that. We also have a filter. And as much as we can't talk the same way around. That's why we have things like podcasts and fucking like gentlemen's clubs where you can like speak as men.
Right.
Like when we talk to women, we have to have sort of like a filter that goes. So sometimes that gets a little jumbled up and we're like, oh, do I say this? Do I say? So that's where it's not even nervousness. It's like the little filter that we have. But yeah, it's fucking, I just, when it comes to the writing, it's just, it doesn't keep me engaged.
Yeah. But unfortunately, guys, I actually have to get running. We could continue this talk anytime. I am back, guys. I'm rested, energized, and got a lot of shit to talk about. I have to say OJ didn't do it. He never killed Nicole.
Jesus Christ. Who have you been talking to?
I watched the new documentary, the 2025 one. That one really opened my eyes, Chris.
I'm gonna have to fucking red pill Wonder again.
OJ didn't do it. No, he definitely did it. That'll never change.
What? There was a new documentary?
Yeah, there's actually a new documentary out on Netflix
on whether or not he did it.
Yeah, I know he did it, but there is. It breaks down the reason why he won in court, but doesn't really say that he's innocent either. It kind of just breaks down why he won the court case.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I pretty much know it mostly comes down to forensics, right?
Forensics, that fucking race baiting, race baiting, but then it also brings up the real other investigations on why some detectives even joined the task force of
The
the
Mark
homicide
Mark
case.
Furman and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean maybe because I love talking about OJ, you know that. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll watch it
And Sean Ellis, and I realized that both of the years are kind of close, and both of them had some corrupted ass cops in the mix. So I kind of see where the corruptedness of cops and stuff got installed in black people's head, and then 30 some years later they still think it's the same fucking cop. But I see where it stemmed from. I get where I see where the origins of them are, and that's Boston and LAPD. And that really, but I also came to realize that white people and their Marxism got taken by BLM because they were saying, say their names for justice. Nicole, Rod Goldman, say their names.
Oh, really?
Never forget their names for justice. They were saying.
Well, to be fair though, well, I don't know. Maybe there is a conversation there because I was gonna say, I think they were saying that because OJ Simpson's name was getting plastered all over the media, and they were trying to say that they weren't talking about the victims enough.
That
is kind of the same argument, I guess.
It is the same argument. That and if we don't keep reminding people their names, they're never going to get justice. It's the same thing. Because at least they ended with for justice, where BLM would just say their name, but they say their name for justice.
All right, since we'll continue this though, since you got to go, I'll look at the documentary and we'll talk about it. We definitely have to. We'll talk off air about kayfabe, bringing kayfabe and all that stuff back. I gotta get back into the wrestling thing. But, and yeah, we'll definitely talk, bro. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Well, y'all gonna see more of me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Well, I meant thanks, I guess, in because this was like completely last minute. We just yeah. Appreciate you.
Like always. Welcome, like always, bro.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Yeah. All right, we'll talk.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Hold on. We just did a segment, and I did not even get a chance to do it, and it's been so long. I've been holding it in for so long, Chris.
So have I.
Are you ready? Woo! It's the kayfabe cartel.
Definitely. All right, that's how I'll end the kayfabe stream. I think. All right. All right, Wonder. Appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
Later, brother.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, y'all.
Yes. Wunda is back. Yeah, I rehired him. I thought, get past all of our problems, get past of all the tension. Oh, I've just reopened the can of worms, didn't I? Oh boy. Let's see. Platinum Ham. I'll shout out the chat before I go. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to. Hold on. Let me see if I could end the kayfabe stream. Kayfabe. I don't want to delete it though. Post was created for. No, I don't want to delete it. All right, I'll just stay on kayfabe. Son of a bitch. Platinum Ham. Shout outs to you. It's like when we talk wrestling, your ears just perk up. You get a little spidey sense. You just pop on. I love it. I miss hearing that slogan. Welcome back, Wunda. Yes. It was good to hear it. I was excited. I was a little because I thought we were gonna do it at the beginning, but he did it at the end. So it got me. Peter Ortiz. Excuse me. Sorry guys, I'm getting over a cold as well. You see Drew get mad at Logan Paul. I don't know. I don't know. I just clicked on your first comment. I don't know if I even care about that. I don't know what it is. Drew gets me sometimes. At one point, I thought he was the most entertaining thing on the fucking show. Now I'm just like, hey, do without him. It's dragging time for gimmick changes. What do you mean dragging time? Dragging time. Yeah, I mean they need to figure out something with all that shit, because like for instance, I do like the gimmick change, the repackaging of Shinsuke Nakamura. I think that was pretty cool. It's like the samurai cowboy or something. It's different. It's something I've never seen before. So fuck it, just run with it. And he's doing like a little darker kind of version of himself. So I think that's pretty cool. Opinion Parade. Haven't heard from you in a while. I feel like I haven't. What's up, man? There with the crimson mask on his what picture is that? Is that a wrestler? Looks like a wrestler. Wrestling is for the story, UFC is for the fighting. Exactly. Again, and I say it all the time. If you're watching, and don't get too emotional about the word fake, but if you're watching a fake fight, and I just mean scripted, like even in a movie, I can't watch a movie fight without knowing why the guys are fighting. And that's why you watch the movie. That's why there's an entire build-up in a movie. It doesn't just start with the end fight. Like there's a build-up and a crescendo. Even UFC to a degree has to have some kind of way of selling their fights. It's not just these two guys go against each other and that's it. Honestly, the fights that sell the best are the ones where the guys actually hate each other. It's like even when I watch a fight on like World Star or something, it gives you, when you get context in the caption of what the fight's about, it makes you want to watch the fight more. It's like you watch two guys fight, one guy's like stomping some guy's head in. You're like, what the fuck? Why would I even want to watch this? Then you find out in the caption, guy tries to molest man's daughter. And then you're like, no, I kind of want to watch him get his head stomped in. You know what I mean? It changes it. It's just human psychology. If you walk down the street and you saw two guys fighting, you wouldn't necessarily be into it, but if the first thing you're going to ask is why are they fighting? What are they fighting about? What's going on? If you were to ask a question about the situation, so to know what they're fighting about, and then you can make your decision on whether or not you're interested in that. It's like, okay, but like the competition of fighting, or just these two are the greatest in their genre, so now they're going to battle it out. It's like, all right, that's not necessarily a good story. That doesn't captivate me. Unless I know who they are. That's another part. Like Tyson versus Ali. That's the one, The reason why just watching those two guys fight would be just the aspect of who's the greatest of all time. Let's find out if we could actually do that. You know what I mean? That's why we ask those kind of questions. But my point is that you need, for two guys you don't really know or give a fuck about, and you want to like care about why they're fighting, you need to have a reason to watch them fight, to watch them wrestle, even in a competition. Again, that's why UFC tries to make stories. They've shown that like some guys make up sort of like a little beef before their fight because they want to sell it. They want to make more money. They took that from wrestling. So I don't understand why wrestling is now trying to emulate UFC when UFC is emulating them to make money. I don't know. But then again, it works somehow. It works to some degree. Caleb Sierra. Let's be honest, Logan Paul is better than all of them. He'll surpass Cena this year. Watch. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know how he surpasses Cena. Cena's like a fucking legend at this point. I'm not a big Cena fan. I kind of hated Cena most of his career, but I don't deny that he's a legend. Logan Paul, though, I think gets too much flack. I think he's way better than people give him credit for. I think he's decent on the mic. He at least makes you, when you hear him talk, he makes you want to see him get his ass whipped. Excuse me. But in the ring, he's fucking amazing, I think. I think he's really up there as one of the best right now. When he really, like, when he's in a big match, he kills it every time. And I think he doesn't get enough credit for the fact that every time he's in the ring with a big name, he outshines the big name. When he was in the ring with Cody Rhodes, I believe. It was Cody Rhodes. Did he have a match with Cody Rhodes? I think so. But he outshined him. He outshines every big name that he's in the ring with. So Logan Paul definitely doesn't get the I think he gets too much flack because of who he is. But yeah, again, he's another guy though that he needs to just get better on the mic. He's good at making people hate him though. He's good at making people want to see get beat up. So I do appreciate that about him. Let's see, who else do we have? Birdman was in here. Shoutouts to Birdman. I started calling wrestlers a certain hue, certain things. Of course you do. Don't we all? Don't we all? Like I've been railing about, I'm tired of seeing ghetto bitches. Every black woman wrestler is a ghetto bitch. That's her character. Like, can you think of something else? I noticed, he was talking about when we were saying watching wrestling drunk. He gets more angry. Lisa Marie was here. I'm pretty sure she's gone now. We've chased her away with our wrestling talk. He's too good for the backup channel. He's talking about Skrill. She's talking about Skrill. We were just giving Skrill a hard time earlier. You know, that's how we are. And I think that might have been everybody. Misfit Ramdale. Shout outs to Misfit Ramdale. Yeah, you know what? Because I brought up Wonder earlier. Because I knew he was coming on. So I think I threw it. I kind of like, I sowed that seed in your head. That's the genius of me, guys. That is what I do. And I think that might be everybody. That might be all the names. Okay. Platinum Ham, did something happen with the main channel or did you guys just hop on the backup? The main channel is suspended for a week. If you rewind it, just so not to go through it again, but if you want to see why we got suspended, just go to the beginning of the stream. I explained the whole thing. But yeah, we're suspended for a week. So I just hopped on the backup channel to let all the people who are on the backup know what's going on. Even though we told you not to expect a show this week. But, let you guys, keep you guys updated on the day-to-day here at the Misfit Nation. So, yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll figure out the whole, the logistics of it. We'll figure out, I think with the day, I mean, as in like when we get off of the suspension. Like I said, I did an appeal, but they told me to fuck off. They said it wasn't appeal worthy. Yep. All right, well, let me get out of here. I may come on the backup channel again because there was something I wanted to do, and I kind of want to get it out. So I may just do another like little chill stream at some point this week. Or maybe I'll just incorporate it into the regular show, but I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys posted. Follow me on X, so that way you'll know all the updates. You'll know what's going on. I'll keep you updated on there at Crishaun the Don on X. And don't forget to buy us a coffee. If you haven't already, buy me a coffee /Misfit Nation. Yeah, if you want to throw us a couple shekels, couple pennies, throw a couple pennies into the cup, we'll appreciate it. Got us tap dancing over here. And our YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, at the Misfit Nation. A lot of people keep telling me about Rumble, and we're on Rumble, but I'll be honest, Rumble, because a lot of people, I know we have to push Rumble as the alternative. The problem is I went on Rumble about a year ago, and it just wasn't like I hate the site. I'll be honest. I hate the and I'm talking about maybe the content creation side of it. It's not really. It's extremely complicated for no reason. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'll give it some time because, I know they're updating it. They announced they're going to have some updates and it's going to, change the site and make it a little bit more, capable. And the whole idea is that they're competing with YouTube. And, I was like, all right, let me give it some time. I didn't touch Rumble for maybe like eight months to maybe a year. And before the beginning of this year, I went and checked Rumble just because I'm like, okay, they must have updated it by now. And it's the same bullshit. They haven't updated that motherfucking site in over a year. They haven't changed it whatsoever. They haven't done anything to it. It's literally like to do a live stream from it. And I'm not trying to trivialize this. I'm telling you guys, it's like way more complicated than it needs to be. It's like a fucking like 5-step process that makes it like impossible to even do it on the programs that I'm using. Like it's like I have to use another it's like just so like not user friendly. They haven't done anything to like the whole thing is they're trying to compete with YouTube and they're not doing anything to compete with YouTube. It's like I'm not going to use the site just because it's the alternative and because YouTube censors us. Fuck YouTube, they could suck my dick. But at the same time, don't just like try to like sell me on your website because you're the right-wing version of it. You're not fucking Black Rifle Coffee. You get what I mean? Like you have to have a good site in order for me to use it. And right now, as much as I hate to say it, YouTube is just a much better site for this. Rumble's not competing. They're failing to compete, and nobody's saying anything. Nobody on the right is saying anything. They're just jumping through hoops. Fucking get better. They had a good start. They had a nice, like, hyped up start, and they made a couple changes, but literally nothing after. Like, in a year, you can't update something. Fuck Rumble. Fucking garbage site. Do something with it. Christ's sakes. At least make it so that it's easier to live stream on it. It doesn't. No other site is that complicated to live stream. And half of it I don't even fucking get. Their fucking directions on how to live stream don't even make sense. They'll tell you to click on something that's not even on the fucking screen. Update your fucking site, Rumble. Update it. Dan Bongino, get on that shit. I know you have some stakes in it. Christ's sakes. And nobody on the right is saying anything because we have to protect it. No, get better. I believe in tough love. Get fucking better. Please. Because I want to use your site. I believe in the same values you do. Your site is just shit. And if I have to be the one to call it out, I'll be the one. Maybe it's more friendly as far as like being a watcher. But the content creation side, it's like, fuck that. I'm not a tech guy. I use the shit. I don't create it. I don't improve it. I don't do updates and patches. So I don't know what you're supposed to do to make it better. I'm a consumer, not even a consumer. I'm a content creator. Help me help you. Like they need me, right? I'm just saying. I think if there's like a lot of podcasts that don't use Rumble for live streaming, don't fucking cut their balls off. That's all I'm telling you. At least they could have updated something in a year. Don't just rest on the laurels that you're the alternative right-wing site. Fucking do something. Compete with YouTube. So yeah, make your live streaming better. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, I guess. I was in the middle of promoting. I forgot. Another site, shopmisfitnation.com, but another fucking site, Teespring. These cocksuckers. You know, I won't even say it. I won't even say it yet. I'm gonna give them a little bit. I'm gonna give them one more chance before I say why I may leave Teespring. I'll give them one more chance, and then I'll let you guys know. They're not doing anything like where they're robbing you or anything like that. Trust me. I would tell you. It's just something they fucked up on. And they didn't really do a good job at fixing the problem. And I'm gonna give them one more chance to fix the problem, is all I'm saying. So I may be moving from Teespring as well. One site, I gotta say, I love Podbean. MisfitNation.podbean.com. Podbean has always been great. No problems. No fucking censorship. No issues with them. Easy site. Uploads are simple, quick, very simple. Very user-friendly. Podbean.com. Go over there and check them out. Go over there and support them however you can. If you ever want to start your own podcast, I recommend podbean.com. No one better. And also, last but not least, let me give a little promo to my brother, Skrillkill. I know he would have been here if he could have been here. But go over to Twitch and party at Skrillkill. Go ahead and follow Mr. Skrillkill. Give him a little bump. Give him a little bump. Let's bump him up. I'm sure he's going to be doing some gaming. He's going to get back to gaming pretty soon. I don't know if he stopped or anything, but I'm sure he's been taking the last few days off at least. But yeah, go over and support Mr. Skrillkill. And that is all I have. I'm out of things to say. Fight the good fight. Over on shopmisfitnation.com. Stay strapped. Stay aware. What else? And I'm missing something. Oh, fuck off.
This episode of the Misfit Nation podcast is over. But that doesn't mean the conversation has to end. So if you're not a socially awkward queer, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or at the Misfit Nation. Also, help us prepare for our inevitable YouTube ban by following us on alternative platforms like Rumble and Odyssey. at the Misfit Nation. And if you're tired of looking at our ugly mugs, you can listen to the audio version of the show on Apple Podcasts or Podbean. That's misfitnation.podbean.com.
They are America's most dangerous. America's most dangerous. America's most dangerous. The cruelest, the meanest, the rudest, the most dangerous.